Okay, everybody, we got the frame in the Sandblast booth. We're gonna take a quick look at the Sandblaster. I've had this thing for probably 20 years. I debowed it from Pops, and it's all you really need if you're just gonna do automotive restoration and little stuff like that. It'll handle pretty much well any of that you throw at it. I believe that's a ALC and a 90 or 100 pound pot. A couple basics whenever you get started sandblasting is when you get started, you don't really want to blast at a 90-degree angle with what you're blasting, because it ends up blowing back on you. You're always better to be at a 45, that way it ricochets off. Whenever you go to blow down in a hole, always be to the side of it. You know, have your hand out, because that also it'll blow up in your face. It could get you. I had a guy who's my buddy. He came over and was sandblasting one day for me, and I kept telling him, "Hey, you need to wear a long sleeve shirt." He said, "Oh man, it's okay. It don't bother me. It's not hurting me at all." He called me the next morning, and he said it was like the worst sunburn he'd ever got. So just keep that in mind. It might not seem like it's hurting you, but it's slowly, basically sanding you. So it'll rub you raw real fast, and you won't even realize it until you take a shower. All right, I'm gonna get suited up, and we're gonna sandblast this. One more quick thing. I use black diamond media. I believe it's coal slag, pretty much. I used to use sand, but it's kind of hard to find around here. So I use this is a fine coal slag. You can get it at Tractor Supply and other places like that. Okay, everybody, we're going to take a real quick look at this. As you can see, it's a very, very good job getting her cleaned up. I hit a couple of different areas so you guys can see this area in particular. This right here is a bunch of undercoating. It's not that big of a deal on this frame, but if this was like on the bottom of your car, and if you didn't blast it and send it out to have it blasted, them blasters most of the time will just stay hammered on that, and it'll end up warping your floor pans and stuff real bad. So that's just something you want to think about. Most of the time, something like that, we would just take a heat gun and get it scraped off if it was on the bottom of the floor. Most of the time we do it on the frame too, because it's just quicker. The blaster takes a little bit longer to cut through that. So what does everybody think? Everybody tell me what you think, if you think it's worth blasting, or if you'd rather sit there with a wire wheel and sandpaper and DA. I'm going to go ahead and blast this up off camera, and you guys have a good day. Okay, everybody, it's about 4 or 5 hours later. We got her all blasted up. She looks much more better. We're going to go ahead and slide her over to the other side, and then in the morning we'll epoxy primer and paint her. I'll catch you guys on the next one.